It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, and all eyes are on the Packers' towering tight end. It was a nice line for him a week ago, reaching the century mark and scoring a touchdown. It's the Packers and the Colts on Thursday night primetime.
This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Tonight, it's on to Week 10 already, and we've got a good one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Green Bay Packers.
Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Colts in this matchup, and this is going to be a heck of a chess match. This offense against a defense that will take no prisoners out there.
It's going to be a big-time battle, and I think that both of these teams have that mindset of, we're going to do what we do and make the other guys react to us. And we've definitely got a couple of headstrong coordinators who won't back down from a challenge. So this will be a battle of wits as much as it'll be a battle of brawn.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
I loved our discussion this week. You know, we had our weekly phone call to talk about our game coming up. And we had to reflect on the fact that he won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award last week, yet his team lost. You don't see that very often.
No, I know a lot of people dislike that, but when you look at the numbers across the conference from last week, he was clearly the best. So I say the award goes to him, and it did.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. He was so good, they just couldn't ignore him.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
2nd and 8 coming up.
They'll set up to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw here. Now he's forced out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough.
That looked great when he first took off, because in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with this 4th down call.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
Throwing to start the drive. Costello. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 25 yards that time. first down carry now for Miller.
To about the 48-yard line.
The numbers for Miller in last week's ball game, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Looking to throw on second down. Costello.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. And to the 49-yard line, but no further, and obviously he is well short of the first. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this. I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Amos. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. On second down now. Amos. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Now back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to have a Packers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guy?
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Colts pick it up. And now off to the races down the right side. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Now for the point after. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Fields it right around the goal line. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Up the middle they go. Amos. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
The 2nd down pass. Complete to number 85.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Completes it to Miller. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 9 yards that time.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Amos. And one more time. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the 1st down as well. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
He's got room at the 30.
And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Nifty move. Looking left side, and it's complete.
And the Packers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum, because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
An opportunity to get back to level after the fumble return touchdown. 1st and goal. They'll try the left side. Amos. Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. And that's a loss of 7 on the 1st down play.
You want to talk about the proverbial deer in the headlights? That's exactly what he was when he got the ball. Went to hit a lane and get upfield, and all he saw? Extra defenders bearing down on him. Perfect time to dial up the blitz. An excellent call.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Amos. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. 3rd and goal from the 2, and they're going with a jumbo set offensively.
Up the middle they go. Amos. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers are an extra point away from drawing level.
Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
The extra point up and good. And we are tied at 7. That time, a 9-play drive. touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Back to throw. Costello. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Off the play fake. Costello. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight at just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. On 2nd down, Amos. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
And he's going to have the Packers 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
A couple of 1st downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
On now is the Packers punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. To throw on third down, Costello, and he fires one, but incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Second down at 4.
He'll look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. He finds his target, Beckham.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Back to throw again. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. As far as the early games go, we'll be watching that one in Houston. The Texans in for a fight as they'll have to do battle with the Tennessee Titans. As for the 4 o'clock games, some good ones there as well. One being in Charlotte, where it'll be the Panthers taking on the New Orleans Saints. And finally, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Colts. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, for the Packers, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Oh, able to avoid him. A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Inside handoff. Now the ball comes loose, and the Packers pick it up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So the opposite of what they envisioned when they left that locker room, a turnover on the opening drive of this third quarter.
I like your identification there, because that's exactly what they discussed in the locker room before they came out on the field. Let's get the ball, let's go down and score, put some points on the board and feel good about it. Not an insurmountable lead, but definitely not how they saw it at halftime.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
A little jet sweep to start the drive.
A beautiful fake.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now, if you want to take a shot on second down and go play action, make it look like the same exact play, and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
On second down now, Amos, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. On second down, Amos. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now a first and 10 at the 11.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
4 yards on the pickup.
Second and 6. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. He'll look to throw. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Nice job understanding the situation. Third and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a fourth down.
So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick here is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Indy set to go on offense once more.
And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score. And he loses the football a second time. And this is going to be Packer football. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
So here are the Packers now to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a give right side. Amos. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Back to throw here.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7.
So the fumble recovery had him set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Give them a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally.
He's got a man complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. They'll run on 1st down. Amos. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
82 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The Packers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he's going to have the Packers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Looking to throw. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands.
Touchdown, Packers! A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Packers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Say, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here, because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Costello. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Wide open receiver, complete.
He's got room at the 30.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Costello. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
Operating from the gun. Costello. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Operating from the gun. Costello. This is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Off play action. Costello to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Looking to throw. Costello toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2, and the Packer defense stands tall down by the goal line. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
On 2nd down now, Amos. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll keep it on the ground. Amos. And he is going to get the first down, it looks like, as he's up to the 12. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. On 1st down, Amos. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff up the middle. Amos, he is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory.
On one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.
So for Green Bay, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis,